Hello and welcome back. And this one is the law of empowerment. And I love to empower others. When I empower others, I get to see them grow and achieve things they normally think they can't achieve. Oftentimes, people want to go on and do things on their own. Once I have mentored someone to the point where I think they can handle things on their own, I empower them to do so. Jesus did the same thing when he empowered us to go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything that he commanded us. That's found in Matthew 28, verses 18 through 20. The law of empowerment says only secure leaders give power to others. The people's capacity to achieve is determined by their leaders' willingness and ability to empower. It is noticed that generally, people in a leadership position, instead of empowering others, instead of developing a leadership team, instead of raising up people, try to push others down so that they can stay on top. Here's what happens when a leader pushes people down. They go down with them. However, if a leader raises up others, the leader raises up himself or herself also. Why is it that leaders who push others down do that? Why do they feel they have to be on top? Why is it that people fail to empower people? We're going to take a deeper look at this question, at the last question anyway, which will help us answer the other questions. Why do leaders fail to empower others? Well, first of all, insecurity. Show me an insecure leader, and I will show you someone who will never empower anybody. Insecure leaders ask themselves, what if someone else will do my job better than me? Personally, I would love someone to take my position as a leader and do it better than me. Why? Because the vision I have would be better. The mission would get done better than I can do anyway. And secondly, job security. Why do leaders fail to empower others? People are afraid they would lose their job or their position. I work for a company as a software developer. I'm the only developer in the entire company. More like an engineer, actually. I really do it all. Anyway, I am extremely good at what I do, so I don't fear losing my job to someone else. But what if the company decided they wanted to change? Perhaps a younger developer. That would put my job on the line, and I would fear losing my job. Who wouldn't? When it comes to the ministry of God, leaders should be working their way out of a job. What do I mean by that? Well, we as leaders should be training and raising up leaders to take our jobs. When we lose that job, God has another one waiting for us. Number 3, bad experiences. Why do leaders fail to empower others? Bad experiences. The person or people who work so hard to train and work with ultimately left for some other position or leader. As a leader, we need to pour our life into the people we are training and developing as leaders. We may get hurt, and this happens because they leave us, they leave or choose a different direction. But if we do not build that personal relationship with them, they will never help us when we need them to. Why do leaders fail to empower other leaders? Number 4, ego. We don't want to empower others because we want all the credit. Okay. Why do leaders fail to empower others? Number 5, codependency. We need to, I need you close to me. If I empower you, I might free you up to let you go. You cannot lead people if you need people. We all need people in our teams. But we're talking about needing people in a codependent way. If you truly need them in a codependent way, you will never be able to make the hard decisions. Why? Because you need their approval too much. I find it extremely rewarding when I work with someone, train them, and develop them, and they take all that I've shown them and they use it for great things. Adding value to their lives adds value to mine. There are 3 things about adding value to people that is huge. The first thing is this: you can only add value to people if you truly value people. If they do not value you as a leader, they will manipulate you instead of motivate you. Secondly, I can only add value to people when I know and relate to what they value. And third, I can only add value to people when I make myself more valuable. I have to keep growing. If I don't keep growing, I cannot pass on to you what I've learned, because you cannot give what you do not have. So think about it. That is the law of empowerment. Do you empower others in your team? Do you give them the tools and the responsibilities they need to do their jobs? Think about it. Examine yourself and examine your team and see who you can empower and how you can empower them. Until next time, this is Dr. Thomas Moore saying, God bless each and every one of you, and I pray that you use all of the gifts and talents that God gives you to be a better leader for you, your community, and your church. Have a good one.